Hello, TFO faithful. It is your commish, The Raj, and I am here with a TFO State of the League Address 2023 for on Tuesday, February 28th, 2023, we will kick off a new decade of TFO Season 11. Can you believe it? Can you believe since 2013 we have been the leader in Tecmo Fantasy ownership? We have led the way, blazed the trail, and now a new season is upon us. But there's some things we got to discuss real quick, some things I got to let you guys know about, some info that is important for you going into the season of chaos. First, the TFO website is updated. TFOfootball.weebly.com has been updated for the 2011 season. The schedule tab on that website will become your best friend because anytime I get a game uploaded, even early, I post the link under the schedule tab on the website. Now, you won't be able to view it until the day and time it occurs, but you can access those links early so you know where they're at. That way, if you don't want any Facebook or Discord spoilers, you don't have to get any of that stuff. Just go to tfofootball.weebly.com, click on that schedule tab. You can see all the games. There's also a link to the Excel sheet, which will allow you, there's a tab on the Excel sheet for bad and mad teams. You can go ahead and put your team in, and it will just show you your schedule by itself. So check out the website. A lot of great information on there. TFOfootball.weebly.com. Wah wah wee wah. Wah wah wee wah. The Wah Wah Wee Wah Award. My plan is still to purchase a physical trophy, a physical award, in which each year the owners will elect an owner to go on to the Wah Wah Wee Wah. Now, the Wah Wah Wee Wah is kind of like our Owners Hall of Fame. That's the best way I'm going to explain it, because once you've gone on to the Wah Wah Wee Wah, you can't go on again. So we're electing owners that meet the criteria of the Wah Wah Wee Wah. And what are the criteria of the Wah Wah Wee Wah? Well, they're that of John Pryor. You know, if you knew John, he had glorious Kazakhstan, and unfortunately he passed away last year. Actually, he may have passed away right before last year. His team did participate last season, but they're not going to be participating this season. He obviously couldn't fill out a new app. But to honor John, we've created the Wah Wah Wee Wah Award that will honor greatness and excellence of owners. Owners who lend a hand, that help the community, that participate, that have fun, that make others have fun. People enjoy them and want to continue to bask in their glory, you know? So, and to honor John, we have awarded him the first ever Wah Wah Wee Wah honoree as 2022. So, John, we love you. We miss you. Actually, I'm sorry, it's a 2021. So, at the end of 2022, all the owners sent me their nominations. They sent me who they wanted to be on the Wah Wah Wee Wah. Who will be the next recipient of the Wah Wah Wee Wah after John Pryor? Well, I'm going to tell you that today. Your votes were extremely close. There were 4 owners that really could have taken it. Any one of them could have. And in the end, I think it was like 1 or 2 votes that separated all 4 of them. So there are a lot of great owners in this league, and I know that, and I'm glad we're going to start honoring you guys, because without the ownership, I can just program the teams and they can play each other, but no one's going to give a shit. Your ownership is what gives a shit, and I appreciate it. So, and I'll tell you, a guy who's given a shit since day one, who has been here since season 1, who has lent his time to people, who has helped everyone he can. Well, that's Rick Pittman, and damn it, Rick, I love you, brother, and I'm proud to say that you are the 2022 honoree of the Wah Wah Wee Wah. Rick, whether you were the champs chumps, the zero fucks given, the Time Variance Authority. You've always brought a smile to our faces. You participate every single season, win, lose, or draw. You've had some great seasons. You've had some shit seasons. Heck, I think you've came to every TFO championship even at 16-bit bar. So, we love you. We appreciate you. Thank you, Rick. And you are the 2022 Wah Wah Wee Wah honoree, Rick Pittman. Thank you, brother. Woo! And then at the end of 2023, we'll do the same thing. The active owners will all get together. I'll have you guys send me your next Wah Wah Wee Wah honoree. And then we'll go ahead and place them. Now, my plan is to have the physical trophy by the time we do the TFO championship. That way, I can go ahead and show it off and we can see the names. And it should be brought to every championship. That way, all the owners that converge can look upon the greatness that TFO has created. Whether it's fictional, as in our TFO Hall of Fame for players, or whether it's for you owners with the Wah Wah Wee Wah Award. Speaking of the TFO Hall of Fame, I have not forgotten about the TFO Hall of Fame. We will be electing people into the Hall of Fame for 2023. I have not announced it before the season because I really don't need to now. We have now elected that Hall of Famers can play in TFO. Being part of the Hall of Fame, all that really does is reserves that player for that specific owner if that owner just chooses not to use that player. So, and that makes perfect sense to me. You know, some owners want to go on to different themes, to different teams. They don't want to be stuck with the same players, but they don't want to give up a player and then somebody, you know, takes a player that's one that we see as that owner's and then does something shitty with them, you know, and takes away a little of the luster of that player from TFO. So going into the Hall of Fame essentially reserves that player forever for that owner, whether if that owner wants to use it or not. And no other owner can ever use that player name unless they get that owner's consent first. But before we talk about the Hall of Fame, there's one other thing that is also coming up, and that is the TFO Players of the Decade. 10 years of TFO from Season 1 to Season 10. We've had so many amazing players come through these doors. Some of them were one-shotters. They were here one season, they exploded, and then they were no longer here. And for the Hall of Fame, I've always expected at least 3 seasons of TFO competition. So some of these players never got honored the way they should. So we're going to honor them this year. Essentially what I've done is I've taken all the stats from every TFO season and I have looked at those players and I have decided to take 4 players from that list, depending on how well they did over their whole TFO career. But then I also took the 4 players that were the tops of individual years, and then I looked at those and picked an additional 4 players. So every position is going to have 8 players of the decade. 4 of them technically chosen by me, I guess, based on the top players of that position, and then 4 of them picked based on the best season they ever had. And when I pick players too, I also not just take stats into effect, because there's a wide range of stats. Players have played all kinds of positions. But I also take into effect storylines. I take in what kind of effect they had during a TFO season. You know, we talk shit about a lot of these players. You know, who left a mark in our minds in TFO. And so, today I'm going to reveal the TFO Players of the Decade for the quarterback position. Put it up here, Raj. Bam! Who do we got? We got Kelly Kapowski of the Video Game Vixens, Rocky Balboa of the Italian Stallions, Bill Lumberg of the Mike Judge Plays Bass, Fuck Raj of the Zero Fucks Given, Jim Plunkett of the Raider All-Stars, Master Splinter of the TMNT Torturers, Rogue Dead Guy of the Beer Gods, and King Arthur from Frank's Knights of the Round. These are the 8 legendary quarterbacks from TFO's first decade. Now these players, all players that are going to be part of the Players of the Decade, this list counts as a Pro Bowl for Hall of Fame consideration. And because of that, I am proud to announce the very first Hall of Famer going in for 2023, Kelly Kapowski. That's right. The legendary Kelly Kapowski. She's gone to 3 championships. She's got a ring. And she back for more this year, baby. She on that 8-bit brigade. So, Kelly, thank you for your service in TFO. We appreciate you. Player of the decade, and now a TFO Hall of Famer. And I'll be announcing more Hall of Famers as the season progresses, and I'll be revealing more players of the decade as the season progresses. Next, the 2023 blimp. John Balog, winner of TFO Fantasy Football 2022, got the option to put whatever he wanted on the blimp. And we know all season last year, John was not happy with smoke weed every day. So, as per tradition of 80s arcade games, John has selected this anti-drug message. While I will not confirm or deny such a message, it was his option to put whatever he wanted on the blimp. So, John, just say no to drugs is for you, brother. Now, fantasy football, are we doing TFO fantasy football this year? And the answer is yes. We will be doing fantasy football 2023. We will be drafting through, I think did we do it? We did it through Discord last year, so we'll do it through Discord again this year. What we're going to do first, though, is allow the first 4 games of the season to go through. So the first 4 games of the season will have every team play their divisional rivals once, and then 2 other games. And so that way you guys can watch the current rosters. You can see how they're working and how they're not working. We'll grade them based on that first 4 weeks. And then we will draft during week 5. And then it will go into effect for week 6 all the way up to week 17. We'll be drafting cores again. So for example, if you draft Planet Viltrum's wide receivers, and wide receiver 1 gets injured and wide receiver 3 comes in, you collect points for all Planet Viltrum wide receivers. So those backups will also count 4 points for you. So that way injuries don't screw over anybody. Well, that's the intent anyway. So expect fantasy football to return. The winner of fantasy football gets to rename the blimp. So if you want your slogan or logo on our TFO blimp, play TFO fantasy football coming week 5, baby. Woo! Alright, one big thing we do have to talk about is this thing called the Chaos Card. What is the Chaos Card? Well, the winner of TFO preseason, Joe Mitchell, got to select a ability off of the Chaos Card. Now, I sent him 5 or 6 different abilities. These abilities affect the ROM entirely. So they would not screw over a specific play style, as it were. And Joe has selected the Chaos Card ability. And it is that players' conditions will change, or have the ability to change, after every play. Yeah, baby! Oh, it's going to be chaos. You could go from excellent to horrid, all within 4 plays. It's going to be crazy. So definitely expect chaos to ensue this season. And this season kicks off February 28th. That's this Tuesday. And it's kicking off with the kickoff show of all kickoff shows. Little Jimmy's kickoff is now on Tuesdays. Now, they're still bi. Him and Stryker will probably always be bi. I've known him that long, but he's bi-weekly. So every odd week on Tuesdays, we will get Little Jimmy's kickoff. And to fill in the other gaps, the odd Tuesdays, that will be filled by the returning TOUTIN TFO Tuesday. So we get Little Jimmy on odd weeks on Tuesdays, and on even weeks we get TOUTIN TFO Tuesday. So, week 1's an odd week, Little Jimmy's kickoff. And it's going to kick off with some games. Let me pull those games over here. Little Jimmy's Kickoff on Tuesday will have the Chicago Drunkards taking on the Villains of Cinema. Now, this season, we have commentary every day except Monday. I don't post stuff on Mondays other than like the week's scores and stats and stuff like that. That's the relaxed day. But Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, we have at least one commentary game a day. We will still post non-commentary games on Saturday mornings and Sunday mornings at 10 a.m. Okay? But here's the list of the week one commentary. Bam! Tuesday, Little Jimmy, Chicago Drunkards versus the Villains of Cinema. Wednesday, Bro Beatdown with Brian and Seth. They'll be commentating the Seattle Sound, taking on the Time Variance Authority. On Thursday, TNF Thursday Night Football goes live this season every Thursday at 5:30 on my Twitch channel, twitch.com/can'tstoptheraj. We will be commentating 2 games, 2 doubleheaders every week live on Twitch. Now, these games will be posted to YouTube the next day, 24 hours after they air on Twitch. So if you want to see Thursday Night Football on Thursday, see me on Twitch. Now, the Twitch recording will be there immediately after the live, so you can rewatch it off of Twitch immediately. You don't got to wait to 24 hours. But if you want to watch it on YouTube, I'll post it 24 hours after. That's my agreement with Twitch. So the double header this week is going to be Planet Viltrum taking on Legendary JDF. And the 8-Bit Brigade, the 88 Brigade, I hear, taking on the American Gladiators. Friday is Federal again, the Federal Friday Night returning, and it will be every week this week, or this month, this year. This season is what I meant. And it's going to be the TMNT Torturers taking on the Oops, Wrong Sport. Saturday mornings at 11 a.m., we're going to have Saturday morning measuring with Mike the Measuring Stick. And he's going to be commentating Lord of the Rings, taking on the classic Yacht Rock and Rap. And then we'll post, obviously, the other games at 10 a.m., the non-commentary games. But Saturday night, we also have a commentary show, which is Down in the Dungeon with Tim. And Tim, he's going to be commentating his own game this week, I Love Stuff, taking on the Greek Legends. Sunday morning, we'll also have a commentary show. This is Sunday morning wake up. So anybody that wants to do a one-off that doesn't want like a full schedule, I throw them on the Sunday mornings. This week, it's Mike Jenkinson. He'll be commentating the 007 versus Corn Stars. What is the 007 name? The Golden Guns? Oh, crap. I can see it in my mind. License to Kill. Ha ha. Bam, baby. Shot with a gun, shot to the heart. And then Sunday night football with VGV, John Belong, FK Andrew. They're going to bring us some of the best matches. And this season, FK chose every single matchup except week 1 because I accidentally sent them the wrong week 1 game. But all the other games he picked. So there should be no bitching from you about what games you commentating. This week, the one I accidentally sent him was the Letterkenny Irish taking on the Strudel Squad. So I'll probably hear about that from him. Sure. Why the fuck not, right? Don't put my hand there. So, I'm sorry it took me so long to get this video out. I've been really busy. I got a full-time job. I got a part-time job. I got 2 full-time kids. I got a full-time forever person. There's a lot going on. But God, I love TFO. And I'm ready for season 11. I'm ready for a new decade of destruction. 10 years of TFO we celebrated last season. This season is a new beginning. But it's a beginning that is marked in chaos. So, I don't have a team. I dedicate a lot of time to this. I don't make any money doing this or anything like this. And so I always get people to ask me, like, what can we do for you? How can we help you? And it's easy. Participate, talk shit, post memes, right? Start rivalries, Let's not get too personal. Let's not have physical. Let's not have ravioli situations, okay? So, speaking of ravioli, I do want to continue to make sure people are aware that Charles Boyardi is still part of our TFO administration. He will continue to be part of our TFO administration going forward. He really got us out of a jam during the ravioli situation. He has hosted 2 different ravioli bowls. Charles Boyardi is a close personal friend of mine, and I am tired of these accusations that I am Charles Boyardi. This is not true. I will admit that I have posted on his behalf on some cases as per his request. So, I don't know what to tell you guys. Because no active owner has found out or figured out who Charles Boyardi is. That is the truth. That is the fact of the matter. And Charles Boyardi, well, he's still here. Thank you, Charles. I appreciate everything you've done for me and everything you do for TFO. So, yeah, I'm excited. I wanted to make this video a lot sooner. I'm sorry I didn't get a lot of these details out to you a little bit sooner. I have 3 weeks of games out already, so people are already recording commentary and all that. I did mess up one thing already, and I fixed it, which is I forgot to put the dash in the 8-Bit Brigade's name. As a placeholder, I put another 8. So for the first 3 weeks, they will be the 88-Bit Brigade, 10 times the power. Damn. 11 times the power. Shit. Fuck. Damn. But I did fix that going into week 4. I'm going to record some week 4 games probably tonight. So, but yeah. I love you guys. Put your hand there. I love you guys. I appreciate you guys. Thank you for playing in TF football. And we will see you this season. TFO football!